So, number 5 here, listen up. We got an important mission, and I don't got a lot of time, all right? Just
epic battles, new amazing Pokemon, and good old Ash. Cartoon Network presents the U.S. premiere of The Rise of Darkrai, Sunday, February.
Now you fall, as all Jedi must.
My stars.
We need you, Anakin.
That was impressive.
Cartoon Network is proud to present Star Wars: The Clone Wars. New episode, Fridays at 9 p.m. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore. The Force will be with you.
That's my master.
Hey guys, welcome to CartoonChat, episode 24. I'm Brian Swan, joined alongside
K9 Biscuits, aka Mark Warren.
And this is a pretty late topic, but I still wanted to talk about it. A lot of news surrounding Comic-Con. You know, this was a month ago actually, about a month ago now, by the time this will come out, but we still need to run through it. A lot of big news, a lot of content. But before that, I wanted to talk about, and you wanted to talk about this too, Rocko's Modern Life. Where is it? It's supposed to be here. It's supposed to have been out by now. We had that awesome clip that felt like it was in the nature of the show in modern times. They did such a good job of adapting it for the present day. We thought it was all set.
Yeah.
Yet
it was announced around the same time that Hey Arnold movie was coming out, and that came out last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Rocko's Modern Life movie still nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That's the one I was excited for the most too.
Right. There's a uniqueness to Rocko's Modern Life that I was also hyped for. One of the things that we know was that I think it was always to be determined 2018, but it was like a 2018 lock.
Yeah.
Like Hey Arnold 2018, Rocko's Modern Life wrong one. Hey Arnold 2017, Rocko's Modern Life 2018. That was the whole thing. That's what we
started feeling when Samurai Jack was announced for 2016.
Yeah, and then they kept getting pushed back. Now that doesn't mean that it's canceled. That just means that if it gets pushed back, that's okay. Just as long as we get the product. Because I'm really hyped about it.
Because the animation's obviously done with it. That there's a whole scene.
Yeah, it's like, what are you guys? It was a TV movie, so it's like, all right, let's get this movie rolled out and go from there. But what are we waiting for? You know, it's not like Samurai Jack where you have multiple episodes and you got to do this and that and all of the extra. It's like it's a TV movie. Let's roll it out.
Yeah, it's just a big disappointment. I was just hoping for another clip or something.
Oh, Comic-Con definitely. Yeah, that would have been great. Instead we got a lot of more content on TMNT and Rugrats and stuff like that. And Invader Zim.
We just got a new trailer for something else we're about to get to later.
Yeah, well, actually, let's start running into it. That was just a preamble. Let's run into some of that Comic-Con news. Of course, the first thing that you really want to talk about. Let's talk about Titans.
Titan.
Yeah, Teen Titans. Since it's related, it's.
We just came out with doing from the Titans Go podcast, Titans Go movie.
We can't tell them about continuity. We're doing it more again. What are you doing?
I mean,
they're supposed to know that
if we theoretically did a Titans, if Titans Go had a movie.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, the only thing I seen of the Teen Titans Go movie was that first trailer, and that sucked.
Yeah, I'm surprised because we're recording this in April of 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
No, it's not. The trailer wasn't even announced yet.
What trailer? What are you talking about? I mean, I don't know.
You know what sucked?
I don't even know. People keep talking about Teen Titans Go being aired too often. It's only being aired once a day.
Dude, it would suck if I'm liking this new season of Teen Titans. It would be suck if they were to reboot this show and it would just be a chibi version.
Exactly, man. I mean, it's great being in 2005. I really wish that it'd be great. Yeah. But it will at least confuse the continuity. No one will remember where we were. So. Anyway.
Insert a clip of Genesis GW. Insert a clip of Genesis GW loving Santa Claus.
Oh my god. Yeah.
We're gonna do it again. Oh wait, you probably have to cut this out.
I'll consider cutting it.
Yeah. We're gonna do this. It's try getting Genesis GW to just say something about Santa Claus, and then we're gonna cut it again. He's gonna bring it back. He's gonna be so mad.
Right. Wait, should we reference that Genesis GW thing that he said about Santa Claus? Should we reference that thing about GW?
Yeah, sure.
Santa Claus? I don't think we've done it before. I think we should.
I don't think we haven't. We haven't.
All right, let's shut the clip in. Yeah, that was but yeah, Teen Titans Go. A lot of news containing Teen Titans in the past few weeks, of course. Teen Titans Go to the movies. On top of that, we have that Titans clip, the DC live action.
Batman.
Yeah, and Robin not only wants his own movie, but he's really against Batman, man.
Yeah.
He is vehemently angry. I don't know much about this trailer. I've seen it. All I could think of was how bad this trailer was. It felt like less than a fan-made trailer.
I haven't watched Teen Titans Go in a while, but this is a really dark skit.
Maybe this is just the writers of Teen Titans Go making a joke on us.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. There's no one that really would have written or made costume design this bad, because if that is real, then man, they should be fired. I mean, just realistically, there's no way that's
It's a whole 13-episode skit.
Yeah, it has to be fake. Half an hour, that's nothing. Half an hour each. It's probably just a podcast. That 13 episodes they probably are just letting us use their little lot.
Well, they've been known to drag on jokes before.
Of course.
So
yeah. Green Lantern. yeah. That was so awful though. Not Green Lantern. Titans. The trailer, that was pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really. It didn't really bother me too much. It just looked generic. Like this looks like a generic
teen
superhero show.
Yeah. One of those
CW. It's the same thing like Darkest Minds, the movies that's out right now.
Yeah.
Which I was going on the subject real quick. Why does that movie exist? Because it's made by Fox. Fox owns the X-Men properties. Why are they making their own X-Men when they have X-Men? This makes no sense at all. Because
we need to tap into the young adult demographic, because we've ruined with X-Men Apocalypse the potential of a young adult demographic. Remember, they had that whole deleted scene where they were in the mall in X-Men Apocalypse. They had a deleted scene where the young X-Men would have been in a mall, would have been like in the 80s. It would have felt like an actual teenage kind of thing. You'd have felt the whole like theme of that as the X-Men should kind of be, and instead we're here.
They have to be all connected. You just say we're just mutants.
Yeah, well now Marvel Studios is gonna fix that, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Darkest Minds is like, it looks pathetically generic, and like if Titans look generic, like that looks like low budget generic.
Yeah.
Darkest Minds, man.
I looked up Rotten Tomatoes. Apparently a lot of critics are calling it deja vu.
Yeah, because it just seems like Hunger Games meets Divergent meets The Fifth Wave meets what's that other movie with the wall? I don't know the name of them, but all these book action fake dramatic teenage love romance because we have to fuck because we're teens and we can't understand our bodies and we're being oppressed, so adults are bad and we need to fight movie. Yeah.
I'm gonna get another. You want the other one?
Yeah. I think this thing it's just so bad that I think Yuhu is more entertaining than talking about Darkest Minds.
You who was better than the last Jedi.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jedi.
Speaking of Jedi, Clone Wars, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you guys probably have been thinking about, so here's the thing. You're not much of a Clone Wars fan, right?
I don't care for the animated Star Wars stuff.
I didn't give Rebels a chance at all, because the one thing with Rebels is the CG looked even worse than Clone Wars somehow. And Clone Wars came out years prior.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was like the most confusing thing in the world. Like, evolve, don't devolve, evolve. And I didn't give Rebels a chance. I know I should. I know it's really great apparently, but I can't, because I can't get past the fact that the CG looks so elementary. It looks like on par with Puppy. What is the dog? What is the Paw Patrol? The CG looks literally on par with Paw Patrol. That is a problem, guys. If no one else notices that is a legitimate problem. You have Paw Patrol.
When it comes to their action animation department, Disney doesn't seem to care. You've seen their Marvel shows. The animation looks pretty bad.
It looks It's I don't think they want to put too much of a budget on it. because as we already know, Disney XD's ratings were going down the tubes. Kids aren't interested, or just ratings aren't being pulled into these detailed animated shows about superheroes. But it's delicious.
You talking?
Are you done yet? I was joking. But when the Clone Wars was out, this is the one thing about Clone Wars, is the fact that when it was out, like, and when I saw the trailer, when I first saw the trailer a couple weeks ago, it was like the last time Clone Wars was on television, Star Wars was good. Star Wars wasn't being milked. The last Star Wars movie we had was Revenge of the Sith. It was just there, and then we weren't going to get another movie for a little while. There was pause.
Yeah.
There were pauses between movies, and Star Wars wasn't taken advantage of. It was a much different time. Lucas had the weird, stiff writing. It was Star Wars was the biggest franchise of all time. No one joked about it as like, well, they joked about it, yeah, because prequels made some really bad. But
was the Clone Wars written by Lucas?
It wasn't written by Lucas, but the dialogue was still, there were moments where like you felt the dialogue was inspired by that prequel era.
So at the time, it was the best prequel.
What, Clone Wars?
The movie.
Oh no, Clone Wars the movie had been, people hate the Clone Wars movie.
Oh.
I meant the TV series, because the TV series itself was so solid in just telling the story of the Clone Wars, the actual wars that were in between the prequels that were missed out on because of Revenge of the Sith crossed over.
So wait, so was the movie just a big pilot?
Pilot for what? Not the prequels.
I'm talking about the Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
The CG movie.
It was essentially a pilot.
Okay.
Yeah. And you actually could see the animation quality, like, it was like much lower quality in the first season. That's what was so maddening about Rebels. The animation quality of the movie Clone Wars was like baffling, like average. But by the time they evolved it, got better, understood how to work with the CG animation, it got great by the time, like 2012. And then they cut it. That's the other thing people are forgetting. Clone Wars was cut by Disney. This is Disney's fault for cutting Clone Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget who cut Clone Wars. They're bringing it back. That's great. But, like, Disney cut it in the first place. Like, let's not... Like,
we'll do our own continuation.
Yeah, this is pretty much, well, apparently it's going to be most of the stories that were already in the script, already, like, planned out to finish up the story. So...
Are they still doing Rebels 2? Or is that ending? Or is that ended?
You can't. I don't want to lie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, I don't care to research it now. So.
And I couldn't care less about that Star Wars property. Yeah. But yeah, Clone Wars is back. Woo! Invader Zim.
Yeah, for anyone who likes Clone Wars, see, that's good for you.
Yes. Invader Zim.
Enter the Florpus. I'm so excited for this.
Yes.
I didn't even watch Invader Zim that much, but like all the episodes I've seen, I just laughed my ass off, and this show is just golden.
That's the thing.
And dark, Jesus Christ.
Right. For all of us that grew up, that were born in the mid to late 90s, it's like Invader Zim for us was a film that we barely remember, because when it was on, we were kids at a very like young age. But what we remember of it is its goofiness and it's just perspective.
Yes,
just, that was it.
And how it stands up from like so many other shows.
Right. And so that's what made it unique, having it back and seeing these clips in like higher definition and just, but it's still the same.
Yeah.
It's like it's
the
so cool,
the art style is more improved and more like rounder,
right?
Too. It still has that intense CG animation that it's you don't often get CG animation that blends so well with the 2D show. True.
It almost looks literally unnoticeable most of the time.
Yeah, it's Invader Zim like somehow always handle its 3D animation top notch.
Right.
Even better than like most animes do.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing about CG is that if you implement it minimally, you don't really see it all that much. But if you blast it out like the prequels, it's noticeable. Yeah, Invader Zim coming back, big deal. I think they have the same teams on it, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care because like the Because essentially the trailer was just like a montage of clips.
Yeah, it was like that simple compilation. Yeah.
And it looks fine. It looks safe. It doesn't look like he's trying to be bombastic. It looks like he's trying to be a normal episode, and that's more than I can ask for.
Oh, definitely.
So like, it's just like I'm excited for this either way.
Right. And let's drop into some. So most of these stories are just first-hand accounts or not first-hand, just general reaction of the news and trailers. I just want to read this article about quick pieces of the article about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We got some quick information about it. Where is the article? Because apparently there were clips that came out.
Wait, can you confirm the release date real quick?
Yeah, it should be December 14th. Yeah.
That's a bad slot.
Well, there's a lot of content coming around that time period.
It's true.
That's going to be going up right alongside The Grinch, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Not a good idea to have two competitive animations because, as we all know, they eat each other apart.
Yeah.
It only tears each other. It doesn't help to have two in the same.
But Spider-Man's like going off it's banging off the superhero craze, so I think it might win that round.
Right. Let's see. The film star Shamik Moore is Miles Morales, of course. We already knew that. So, the footage began with Miles waking up, likely after he first got his powers. He notes his pants seem smaller and thinks he went through puberty. At school, he gets his hair stuck on Gwen's hair. It's all quite embarrassing, and they end up on the floor and eventually at the nurse's office, where part of Gwen's hair must be cut off to get them unstuck. Later, we see a news report that Peter Parker / Spider-Man has died. While Miles Morales is mourning him at his grave, a mysterious figure comes up behind him. Improbably, it's an older Peter Parker from a different dimension. In a surprise, Miles knocks him out. A huge chase with the NYPD ensues as Miles must web-sling away with an unconscious Peter. Why are you older, and why are you older, and why is your body a different shape? Miles later asks, to which Peter responds, I'm pretty sure you just called me fat. There are a lot of good comedic moments showing off the chemistry between the two Spider-Men. Later, we see the revolution of Spider-Gwen, as well as Spider-Man Noir, Nicolas Cage, Penny Parker, Kimiko Glenn, and Spider-Ham, John Mulaney. He's a black Spider-Man, black and Mexican. I think that's powerful and iconic, end quote. Moore said to applause before the sizzle reel played. Let's see. Yeah. That's most of the, that's most of the general clips. We don't see the clips, but it gives a pretty good impression of it, I mean, it's more of interesting things. Like, I'm interested in this Spider-Verse movie. I'm interested in how they develop him. I'm interested to see how they spend time with him. I think I was talking with Austin about this. The fact that we don't want it to become overcrowded. He wants this to be a Miles Morales movie and not become Spider-Man this, another Spider-Man here, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ham. Let's not do 50 million Spider-Mans. Let's focus on a main character, develop that character, focus, and then expand.
I think it's going to be like a cartoon adventure with Spider-Man.
Most likely, but, that's
Or it's going to be more like Big Hero 6, where there's going to be a team there, but it's just going to heavily focus on two characters, which is Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
Right.
So it could either go one of two routes.
Right.
Because the Spider-Man are going to be a general part of this movie because it's called Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, yeah.
There's no way you can get it. There's no way you can go around it at this point.
Yeah, it's most likely not going to be a full-on Miles Morales movie, but it will, it's going to be an ensemble.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to take
it's going to either take an Incredibles approach or try to focus on every character, or a Big Hero 6 approach where you have other characters there, but you actually you actually only focus on two.
Right. Yeah. Of course, like you said, December 14th, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Potential to be one of the better films of the year.
Yeah.
If it's good. Let's talk about this Rugrats news. This is big. Rugrats getting a TV series return. No announcement as to when it returns, but there is a movie. It probably will follow up after the movie. Get a follow, string along after the movie comes out. Movie premieres in 2020. We have the original writers, and I believe the animators, Klasky, Scupo, they're back.
They're back?
They're back.
Oh.
So yeah, that got you right. Yeah, the one thing.
Yeah, I thought it was different people. Like,
no, I think that's for the TV series though. The movie though, I think it's going to be completely different. The movie is, I think, written by someone else. It's going to be CG live action hybrid like Sonic, which I am like, why? I mean, the Rugrats formula works. Having the 2D
live action diaper fetish.
I mean, the thing is though, like, I'm confused because Rugrats is fine. Box office wise, it does fine in 2D animation. You know what I mean? Like, Rugrats go.
Rugrats Go Wild was like the worst performing though. That's
true, but didn't that?
Because Paris did.
Paris did well in the first as well, but
yeah.
I want to see what's the box office results of it. But were you gonna say something about? You said.
This is a weird.
And now to our reporter Mark. Oh wow! Yeah, it only made $55 million. That's much lower than the rest of the other two. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? I mean, people weren't really asking for it back. I mean, because they just sort of dropped because people just like threw it under the rug after All Grown Up came out. And it was like, oh yeah, the show's going. Because the thing was, the show itself was going on for a bit too long, so people was like, okay, they're starting to run out of ideas, and then All Grown Up came out, like, yeah, they're out of ideas, and then people just sort of, like, left the drop, like, fans just sort of dropped away from the show. And, like,
it was like lifeboats leaving the Titanic. Like, all right, we see it sinking, the writing is dying, let's have these spin-off series, All Grown Up, and the ones, the smaller baby ones, the other series, I'm trying to recall what that was, where they just kept trying other things, but it was like, okay, you guys are generally done.
Look, it wasn't going obnoxiously long, like SpongeBob or Simpson.
No,
it just like the episodes just became more or less. It just became less interesting, and like then All Grown Up came out, and it was like defeat the whole purpose of Rugrats to begin with, and now and then people just say, and people like, yeah, we're done with Rugrats.
That's a really good debate that I could have with It's made up a good debate. If people are okay with Teen Titans Go, would they also be okay with All Grown Up? Same basic premise, same style, same switching. But yeah, Rugrats. I think that there's room for it to come back. I wanted them. The problem is they're gonna have the same babies. I wanted them to age up the babies because look, you could perfectly work with the demographic that grew up with with this series. Have the babies age up, and then have them have kids, so that now they're the parents, so that the jokes would then connect with who? Us. But it would be the babies that are now adults, right? And there would be a cool back and forth. So we'd be comfortable with the babies being adults, Tommy and Chucky and everyone. We'd be comfortable with them being the adults now because we're adults, right? And then have babies for the generation that is actually that's having kids, like so. I think that's the lost opportunity. Not going back to the same kids again, like Fairly Odd Parents, continually using the same characters. Like, let's try something new. Let's go with a new, style. Let's have some new kids, have some new personalities. That's where I think they should go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't forget, I was about to lost my train of thought again.
Yeah. But yeah, Rugrats, 2020.
It just is a weird decision.
Yeah.
Just like, it's just out of the blue. Like, nobody was clamoring for this, like, because people wanted Rocko's Modern Life back. People wanted Invader Zim to come back. And, I know, people, like, always reminisce about Rocko's Modern Life, but, like, the fact that it was coming back, there was just, like, high praise for it. I mean, Rugrats being announced, we were like, okay.
Oh, right. It was like, cool.
Why? And like it's just like a live action movie, just weird. I'm just like, CG babies, and
that's what's gonna be weird for that whole thing. Like, what are you changing? Just why do babies need to be CG and then transferred into live action? They're babies.
And like right now in my head, I'm imagining the whole all of Rugrats. I'm imagining the first Rugrats, the first movie. And, like, it's, like, trying to imagine that was, like, a real, in real life. Ew. I mean, just, like, it's just, like...
It doesn't translate.
It's, like, it doesn't have that charm.
No, it doesn't translate because there are scenes where the animation and the art direction behind it. You know, the darkness of the cloud when like they're splitting off, and like that the dark of the clouds and the music. It's like that wouldn't work well in a live. It'd look like a YA movie, a young adult movie, if they did that, or kids. It would look like a really cheesy moment in live action. That reminds me. I think did we talk about the Nicktoons game, that Nick racing game?
I thought we agreed there wasn't much information on it.
No, not the show. The game, the card game. Because we agreed there wasn't much information. No, I just wanted to bring it up because of the fact that, it's generally going to add some characters for karting. What I'd love to see them do is, and they're not going to do this, but I'd love to see them do this, over time, add more characters over time so that there'd be more interest for the game to continue to go out. Like
that'd be nice. Every time a new show gets announced, just like bring that character in.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or like just reference older shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do we have? Let's go ahead and wrap up most of the news with DuckTales. We had some new characters. You know a lot more about this. I dropped off on the DuckTales stuff after its debut. I do love DuckTales. Nothing wrong with it. I just didn't follow up with it.
Yeah, I love anything with Donald Duck in it. He's my favorite Disney character. So far the shows is getting better. They're adding like obscure characters from the comics, like April, May, and June, which is like probably the girl version of Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Gotcha.
They're adding the Three Caballeros. They're adding Feathery, which I don't think he's appeared in like the American comics, but he was more a character in the Brazilian comics.
Cool. And
he's super obscure, and he's never been in animation. And that's gonna be cool seeing him being animated for once. They're just adding a whole lot of more stuff to it. The show is just getting better and better. I've been watching it religiously, and they're just like so top notch. Just the references, just the way they they don't like reference it like it. You have to be somebody who knows this like old show to get this episode. They do it in a way where it works in the setting of the world,
right?
And they still translate it to a new audience. It's just like it works within itself,
right? That's how you have to do it. At least if you want to make your show solid, you know.
It's a big crossover world, but like it works within itself without the context of the other, without anything else.
Exactly.
And it's just like it's definitely one of my favorite not one of my favorite. It's definitely my favorite cartoon. Like
the modern.
That's currently playing right now.
Right.
Like even more than Gumball, and that's saying a lot. This show is just amazing.
Yeah. There's what's that other Disney show that's on right now? It's 3 characters, like they're colored yellow, almost like the tone of The Simpsons. One of them talks.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, it's like really good. It's really good. I was talking to Austin about that too. It's like,
was it?
But he doesn't know the name of it either.
Watched it.
Yeah, he doesn't know the name of it either. It's like it's a great show. It's a really good show.
It's a family. It's a
good family show. It's like,
no. I mean, the name of it is like I think it's the name of the family.
Oh, okay.
The show.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it's like, but it's a really great show.
It's the somethings
It's somethings, yeah. And or it's just getting more praise. It's like I don't know what it is, but it's every time I see it on television, it has me hooked, and I'm impressed.
If you guys remember the name, I'll give it a watch.
Yes, and we'll give you a free $1 if you comment on CartoonChat.
You said it had yellow people in it?
No, I said...
That's The Simpsons.
No, they have... The color tone is almost yellow. It's almost like The Simpsons. Oh. Almost copyright. Did you see the...
They're buying Fox anyway. What does that matter?
Exactly. What did you think of Disenchantment?
Looks good.
Gotta see more?
No, I mean, it's going to Netflix. It's going straight to Netflix.
Yep.
And it's just going to be like 13 episodes long, so yeah, why not? I'm just going to sit through it.
Yeah, apparently they already have 26 episodes. They're splitting it.
Okay.
So.
Matt Damey. Groening, whatever. He only made 2 shows, and both shows are great.
Yes.
Even I think I caught some episodes of Newer Simpsons, even though some people fall off of it. It still is hit and miss. It's better than it's still way better than Family Guy because
Family
Guy's current humor is just unbearable.
There's no contest. It's like Simpsons dropped off, but there's still a charm. Family Guy is they're just like twirling their thumbs, like, what do we do?
Dude, I think it has to do with Comic-Con, because I think they released like a reel or like a bunch of clips of jokes for season 17 of Family Guy.
Right.
And they were just hard to sit through.
Yeah, I think that McFarlane particularly, I think he's generally, I'm not going to speak for him, but I think he's pretty much he's pulled away from that almost. I mean, American Dad is over at TBS now. He had to end the Cleveland show because ratings were down. Family Guy's ratings are declining. I don't like it. But he's working on. He worked on the Orville. Like, he's working on Cosmos again. Like, these are live action scientific sci-fi style show. He's going beyond like the shows that he really worked on for years. Like, and I think he's way smarter than Family Guy. So like I think that he's stepping beyond that, and that's okay with me because the show right now is like it's it's even lower to me than Fairly Odd Parents in its 10th season. Like, it's just like Family Guy is just so low right now. It's just like, come on.
Like there's jokes that are just references without any clever spin on it. There's jokes that are just like that is gross out just to be gross, just to be gross, and they consider that funny. Yep. There's jokes that South Park has done better.
Yep.
Like, I think there was one, because like what I mean is that like there was one where it's like Netflix. Everyone gets a show. Netflix. I mean, South Park did that better when they were like trying to call Netflix like, Netflix, you're greenlit, and that was just like that line was just funny.
Yep. And they did it in one line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just like a lot of jokes where it's just like it has no context to the scene. It's just random, and it goes on for too long.
Yeah.
That show is just falling off. It's like definitely one of the worst cartoons that's playing right now. Period.
Yes.
Or the worst. I'll say it's definitely the worst cartoon that's playing right now. Period.
I mean, man, I miss the days when we had those great Brian Stewie adventures, man.
Yes,
they were so good. Ah, man, they were. That was just great, So, but one thing about Matt Groening, like he announced that he was moving to Netflix. He announced the show. Everyone was hyped. I think
the show looks good.
I think the show looks. No, I'm saying the show looks like. I'm interested. I'm hooked. I can't wait to go and stream it.
Yeah,
I wanted to connect this to Butch Hartman, who instead of like, I think Butch Hartman, he wants to be his own. Obviously, he wants to be his own company now, but I think that Butch Hartman would have been better off just tying himself to a Netflix or Hulu. Because imagine this. Imagine if, like, you heard Butch Hartman's next project was going to be on Hulu or Netflix. Thanks. Everyone would have been hyped. Would have been excited to see, what's your next project?
I would have been interested.
You would have been, well, like, you would want to see, okay, his art style, his direction, Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, Bunce is a Beast. Last one not great, but it's like I'm interested. I'm hooked enough to see what you are because you've been alongside us for so long.
Out of his practices,
but what he did now, it's like, oh god, like he
out of his current practice right now. I hate the guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he went down this route of of deceiving his own audience, and now the people that support him for so long are against him, and that's just purely on him. That has nothing to do with like news that broke. That's just on what he said and what he did and his own actions.
Yeah, I'm going off subject. Well, why don't you get up to date on this whole access stuff? Because like, I sent you a joke saying, "Can I have the password to your access?" And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I probably the day after you showed me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was like,
it was because like a lot of people were making videos on it, and I was like, "You're an animation channel." I was surprised you didn't.
No, I didn't know because of course I was on hiatus for the time. But yeah. What he did, like, it's just so despicable.
Yes.
And it's just completely destroyed his credibility. That he would have just been way better off just going to another network, announcing what he was going to do, and just doing it there. Because doing this whole thing, and then like it just looks like trash. Like we're going to do live action and all that. No, we came to because we want to see what you're going to do with animation, dude. Like we like you, but like you're like expanding this out to what? You're not going to make the new television. Like what? God, it was so ridiculous. Like the whole thing. But I think that's where we'll, in this anger fit, that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap up.
Yeah, Butch Hartman sucks. The end of the story.
Butch Hartman sucks. This has been Cartoon Chat episode 23. I'm Brian Swan, and that's Canine Biscuits.
Canine Biscuits.
Find him on YouTube. Of course, find me, Animation Nation, on YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, and Twitter.
You can find Anthropomocracy through your unsubscribed list.
Yes, because you should subscribe to Animation
Look
Nation,
under
not Democracy.
Yeah,
that's why.
Look under your blocked contacts, and you'll find Anthropomocracy right there, first in line.
Yes, that sounds about right. Got to dust off the old CPU there. All right, guys, stay tuned for more.
Well, good night, everybody.